Hey guys, what is up? Mist here with another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the H96 Max Plus Android TV box with 32 gigs of storage and 3 gigs of RAM. Is this worth the upgrade? Stay tuned. Okay guys, here is the H96 Max Plus. Once you open up the box, you get the Android TV box itself, plus you get the classic power adapter, remote, and HDMI cable. The box is running the RK3328 quad-core CPU with 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage, running Android 8.1. It is a 4K box supporting 4K YouTube and 1080p Netflix with a 100 megabits per second Ethernet port, so it's not gigabit, but that is okay for most of the streaming. You are also getting 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. And yes, I do like it when you peel off plastic off a brand new device. I would like to thank Banggood.com for sending me this for review. Currently, it is on sale for the next 10 days, so I would go get it as fast as possible. It's a really simple looking box. It is basically all full plastic with a colorful top. The front, once turned on, you have a little LED light. You also have micro SD card slot and 2 USB, one 2.0, one 3.0. You also get your AV for older TVs, HDMI, Ethernet, and your power, of course. Nothing on the side. You have ventilation on the bottom and some information, and that is basically it. A completely plastic box, but let's not let the design of the box take away from its performance, because it's a really good performing box, like I will show you here in a second. So the box itself, this is the main interface. It has dedicated buttons for Netflix, YouTube, and Google Play, plus shortcuts for your My Files, music, apps, browser, video, and games, and much more. If you go in the settings and look at the box, it is running Android 8.1.0, which is one of the newest firmwares you can get on Android TV boxes. This does contain 32 gigs of storage, so once you first get it out of the box, I think about 26 gigs is what you can actually see. You can never get 100% of what you purchase for, just like any computer or anything else. And now the bottom of the row is a customizable row. You can basically have all your favorite apps on the bottom, like for example YouTube, Mobdro, your PSX emulator, Kodi, whatever you mostly use should be at the bottom row. Now let's go ahead and look into what this can handle in regards to video performance. In my first test, I am going to stream a 1080p HD video off my local free NAS server. So this is the local network. It's not going over the internet, and it seems to be able to handle 1080p HD video over my local network with absolutely no problems. Now let's go ahead and look at a 4K video over my local network. It seemed to have a little bit more trouble with streaming over the local network using 4K. That's because when you're streaming over the local network, it's not really like YouTube where it kind of compresses the video to make it work for your own device. It's basically a true test to see if it supports 4K video. Now probably if you have the 4K video locally on the hard drive or on USB, it might act faster, but I would say it is watchable depending on what 4K video you have. Now let's go ahead and take a look at 4K video on YouTube. It seems to be able to handle that with absolutely no problems. It does do a much better job with 4K on YouTube than with 4K on your local network. Now let's look into the speed test. First, I'm going to be running a speed test on a hardwired Ethernet connection. It seems to be able to saturate 100% of what the box is capable of, getting about 94 down and 15 up. Again, my connection is 150 down, 15 up. So if you're plugging this hardwired, I see no issues at all. Now let's go ahead and test and switch over to Wi-Fi. Since this only supports 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, it's not going to get you the best performance. I'm able to get about 15 download and let's say about, I think it was like 5 or 6 upload. It looks like it's even lower. But 15 megabits per second should be enough for most 1080p HD videos, but 4K might not do as well. This box also comes with AirPin Pro. Basically, it's an AirPlay compatible device. If you have any iOS device, you'll be able to recognize this as A57 underscore a bit random number. You can see what the actual name of the AirPlay device by going to the AirPin app and modifying it. Seems to work really smoothly and almost instant, and I have absolutely no issues with most of the apps. Of course, some games on your phone, like if you want to play, let's say, a game on your iPhone or iPad and want to stream it to the big screen TV, some games did have issues like Mario and Final Fantasy. So the more bigger games seems to have lots of issues, but basic games like Alien Shooter, Water Me, Doodle Jump, all those basic games does seem to work with absolutely no issues and low lagging at all. Now let's do gaming. I usually for my gaming test install a PS1 emulator and run Final Fantasy VII. It's probably one of the most graphical intensive games I can find, and if it's able to usually get through this first part, which is kind of the CG series, it seems to be able to run really well with no issues. So I don't think it's gonna handle probably all 100% of basic games. All the more powerful games you throw at it might have trouble, but I think personally, I have not tested every single game, but I think it should do really well. In regards to specs, this is Geekbench 4, a single core score of 595 and a multi-core score of 1619. And in regards to Antutu, it got a total score of 38,780, which is not bad for a box that's priced like this box. Now guys, what do you think I think of this box? Well, it's a really nice box for this price with Android 8.1, a nice and smooth home screen playing almost all your basic games, with 4K YouTube and 1080p Netflix, also supporting Miracast for Android and AirPlay for iOS, with not bad Wi-Fi speeds, but I prefer using this unwired, supporting also a USB 3.0 port for a cheap price. The only con is that there's no Bluetooth. And there you guys have it. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and let me know what you guys think of this box down below or on my Twitter feed, or you can send me an email as well. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.